Tutorial 2. In this lesson we will see how the theatrical play model has been programmed. Unlike the preset model on the dance essay, we will have other types of events and needs here. Recorded announcements at show start. Environmental music for the beginning of the scene. Sound effects and light changes. Indication on the script for where to play the effects. We will also have a special configuration of the audio system. That is, the sound effects will come from different points. From the front of the stage, as usual. From the wings to the left. From the wings to the right. Using the usual labels Q1, Q2, Q3, we put everything in chronological order. The program will continue with many text cues, in order to follow all the script, and some cues for sound effects when requested. First of all, we will need to set the output devices to get the special configuration we thought about. By clicking on the name of the program, we see the whole section of the settings on the right. In the Devices tab we find Audio Output. Here we see a basic device set. Basic audio device means the one currently set in Windows. That is, in my PC I have two audio devices, an external card connected via USB and the internal audio card. By choosing the external card I have 8 audio outputs available and I can realize the hypothesized special configuration. So we can leave the first device with the name house and the 2 output channels for a stereo sound. We then add right wings with a mono channel that will be assigned to output 3. Then, left wings with a mono channel that will be assigned to output 4. However, if you do not have this external sound card available, you can easily use the PC's internal one by selecting it here. You will then have the classic 2 stereo outputs, left and right. Maybe, to partially recreate the hypothesized effect, you can use a different channel for each hypothetical wings output. So we apply the changes. Then we move on to the lights. I set up a device with the generic name, DMX output, assigned to a virtual DMX port. Since the USB DMX converter and the fixtures are not currently available, this will allow us to program the show without having the light system on hand. In the below section I have defined fixtures with a name and a description. In detail we will have 4-par LED with 4 DMX channels used as front lights. The starting DMX address can be entered here. Then we have 2 analog lights from the sides with 1 DMX channel each. And 2 backlights as well with only 1 channel each. After these settings we can start. Q1. Past Dark. Main event, recorded announcement. This is obviously an audio cue. Let's choose audio cue from the list and load the file. We listen to the file and adjust the volume if needed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the school theater. The show will start soon. Please turn off your mobile phone. The activation will be manual, of course. As usual, it may be useful to add personalized indications of when this cue should start, for the benefit of those who will use the program during the show. Q2. Act 1. Main event, audio track. For the start of the show we have 2 audio files which we are going to load. These are an ambient sound and a short music piece. Being both part of the same cue, we move the second as a sub-cue and change the name of our main cue to Act 1. Let's listen the first file. We need it to fade in and out. Here, 5 and 8 seconds. It will start when the main cue starts, so we don't need to indicate anything in these fields. For the music we must set the end point. Let's listen. Here it is. Then we choose from where we want the sound to be played. With the ambient sound we use both wings output. For the music we use the house output at a lower level. Then we proceed with another sub-cue to open lights on stage. We choose a lighting sub-cue, because it is still part of the main cue Act 1. In this area with the details of the sub-cue we will write the DMX values to be sent to each fixture. Let's assume that we have common RGB LEDs, where the first 3 channels are R, G and B channel and the 4th channel adjusts the overall intensity. First of all, we will maximize the RGB colors of them all to get a plain white. Then we give a value to the 4th channel of each headlight to adjust the intensity. 80% for the front lights. %30 for the sides. And 20% for the backlights. Then we choose a fade time for this cue. 5 seconds. Finally, to complete this cue, I would like to see the script on the screen, in order to know what's next. We choose for this a memo sub-cue. In the yellow frame for the text we will copy part of the script. The script had already been prepared in a Word file highlighting the effects that we will have to play. After this we will highlight the cue point for the effects with a different formatting. Let's now review the go times of the 4 sub-cue. The ambient sound starts with the main cue. Same for the music. We'll start the lights after the music. Then we put 0 seconds after the end of the previous sub-cue. The memo is still going with the main cue. However, for a matter of visual effectiveness I will move this cue as the first sub-cue. Cue 3. Phone rings. Main event, sound effect. The first sound effect is the phone ringing. It is a simple audio cue with manual start. Now, if we want to have complete freedom in response times, instead of giving a fixed number of rings to the actress, we can have a single sound and loop it. No number in this field means continuous looping, that is until we stop it. We will have it plays from one of the wings output. So next cue will be a control cue to stop the effect. Cue 4. Stop phone. Main event, cue control. To control a cue we use the SFR cue. The option that we choose will be stop immediately, do not fade out. In fact, as soon as the actress lifts the receiver, the sound must stop immediately. Then we continue to insert memos following the script until the next sound effect. Cue 5, Cue 6 and Cue 7. Text. Main event, on-screen text. As previously done, let's copy the text and paste it in our memo queue. immediately after having activated an effect. As in this case, it is useful to put the memo queue that follows with automatic start. In this way, while we take care of the effects, the script open onto the next section of text. Let's go on with the script. Here, our next sound effect will be the sound of a key in the lock. We load the file and we listen to it. We will only need half of it, up to here. We'll get it play from the left wing. Then we continue with the text. Because we have to add many memo cues, it might be useful to add a favorite button. Now we can just click here to add our next memo queue. With the memo queue you will also have an additional help. Looking at the cue title you will easily spot the section of the text from where you should start during rehearsal, and all the effects will follow. The concept should now be clear and simple to repeat. We will insert as many memos as needed, dividing the text as it seems most appropriate, plus as many audio cues as we need for the sound effects. Also we will choose each time from where the sound will be played. That's it. In the second part of this tutorial you will see the program running with a sample of the play in the background.